Before riding your bike, it's really important that you check it's in good, safe working order. You can do this very, very simply by carrying out an M check, which takes about 5 minutes. It's really simple to do, and we'll show you how it's done in a few moments' time. Start by following the frame of the bike from the rear wheel up to the saddle, down to the pedals, up to the handlebars, and down to the front wheel. This is your M check. First, check the front wheel. If you have a quick release, make sure that it is firmly locked in place and that the wheel is not working loose. This is best done by giving the front wheel a shake. Now check the tyre pressures. If you have a road bike, use your fingers to ensure that the pressure is very firm. On a mountain-style all-terrain bike, you can use the palm of your hand to check that it is firm. Now check all around the perimeter of the tyre for any signs of cracks, bulges, foreign objects, and general wear and tear. Now check the spokes to ensure that none have worked loose. As you can see, it's important to check each spoke individually. Now assess the wear of the brake pads and ensure that they are not binding as the wheel turns. Test that both the front and rear brakes work properly. This is really important. You can do this by moving the bike backwards and forwards whilst you pull the brakes on. Coming up the forks to the handlebars, check that the stem is correctly positioned and then move around to the front of the bike. Squeeze the front wheel between your knees and gently rock the handlebars to ensure that there is no play in them. Moving down the frame to the pedals, rotate them to ensure that they spin freely. Whether you have SPDs, as is the case here, or normal pedals, they should spin freely. To ensure that there is no sign of wear in either the pedals or crank, gently hold each pedal and rock them to and from the frame. Looking at the chain, make sure that the chain is well oiled, no rust is visible, and that the links do not appear damaged or out of place. Back up the frame of the bike and up to the seat post. Hold the seat firmly and rock it to ensure that there is no play and that it is not likely to work loose. Now move down the frame again to the rear wheel. Again check that the quick release is firmly in position and the wheel is not likely to work loose whilst you're riding it. Check that the tyre is correctly inflated as we did with the front and look for damage and foreign objects. Now check the spokes, ensuring that none have worked loose and that the wheel spins freely without binding on the brake pads. Check that the back caliper is secure and the pads are not excessively worn. If you have lights, front and rear, check that they are working correctly and that they give a good, bright light. Don't forget to check each of the modes. If you have a bell, check that it works properly, just in case you need to warn other road users of your approach. With regards to helmets, for adults, RoSPA recognises that it's an individual choice. However, we do recommend that helmets are worn. And that is our M check, and now you should be safe to ride your bike.